Hello everybody, Roger Terry here. I've been meaning to get this video out the last couple of days, but I've just been a little wrecked after the incident, so I'm a bit slow, but I've been, there's going to be a lot of people probably ain't going to like what I have to say, but I'm going to tell you all the experience I had coming back from New Orleans. We get to Boonville, Indiana, and, make the story short, due to some good Samaritans, we only had $8 to get back from New Orleans to Indiana on gas. We get back to Boonville. Boonville, Indiana is about a little more than 70 miles away from home. My phone is dying. We're under the last 20 miles in the tank. I have no food. We have no money. We're out of money. None of my cards, none of my cards are working. We're basically without resources. We're stranded at a Huck's in Boonville, Indiana. And we're sitting there, we're post-car wreck, a couple days removed, post-car wreck. I'm so hurting so bad, I can barely just lay back in my seat. And I'm in so much pain, I can't think straight. My dad is trying to do everything possible to find a way to get us some money to make it back home on. The car that we got filled up on like $20, so like $5 in gas would have got us home. That's what we needed. And it's very hard to do that. I understand a lot of people out there are struggling, and there's a lot of people can't afford it. But get this, an officer of the Boonville Police Department comes pulling in to the, I said Huck's, Chuckles, my bad, Chuckles in Boonville. Comes pulling into the Chuckles. I'm just sitting there and thinking, okay, he's in his car, he's in his badge. I have never, hardly in my life, had a good encounter with a police officer. And with all the stuff going on right now, with police officers being shit on, with them being called all cops are bad, blah blah blah. The only thing I was thinking at that time was, please, show me that not all cops are bad. Show me what a good cop is supposed to do. Show me what a good cop is supposed to represent, protect, and serve as a public servant. So, my dad walks up to him. And my dad's just trying to do anything. He's been out there trying to sell a brand new set of glasses he had for $5 just to get us home. My dad's disabled. He was hit by a train in '89, and when he's under stress, he's trying to do anything he can to help get us home. And so he tries to give away basically a new set of glasses just for gas money to get us home. He walks up to the car and the cop looks at him and goes, well, actually, I'm about on my way down south for some unofficial police business as well. And sorry, but I cannot help you. My dad walks up to him. He walked up to him and said, hey, I need help. I need gas money so I can get me and my crippled son home. Could you please help us? And that's exactly what we get. I'm about to go down south for some unofficial police business myself. And sorry, but I cannot help you. And what's really burnt about that is, that might not even be illegal, from what it seems. If he was off duty, that's not illegal. But I think that is some of the most disrespectful shit, not only to himself, not only to the people, but that badge that he wears that he's supposed to represent. You're a public servant. You see two disabled people broke down in a city 70 miles away from home, and the only thing they're trying to get is $5 for fucking gas money to get home so they're not stuck out in the street at night in a city they've never been in. He literally told us, sorry, I cannot help, and drove away. While he was getting gas, he stopped at a gas pump. Excuse me. He could not help us out with $5. The day after, I go to the doctor and I get all these tests done to check and see if I'm hurt. Doctor feels around the left side of my stomach and goes, you may have a blood clot. You may have a blood clot, and luckily I didn't. But I've been thinking about that. What if I did? that cop left us stranded in a city away from home? What if I had a blood clot? What if we'd gotten stranded there the overnight and something happened? Something went wrong. You see, they want to be treated fairly. They want people to know that not all cops are bad. But when you're giving a choice, he could have called up somebody who was on duty if he was off duty. He's got that power. He could have radioed someone to give us a hand. He could have given us a number, something that we could have contacted. My phone was dying, but we could have tried something. And he chose to do nothing. He chose to do nothing in a situation that, if not for some good Samaritans, we had 3 citizens of this country help us out before an officer of the law would. An officer of the law left us stranded with no resources and nowhere to go. And for his part, unbeknownst to him, he left us there stranded the whole night with nobody to help us. And in my opinion, if you are supposed to be known as a public servant, I don't care in what profession, and you make the conscious decision to choose to not help someone in their time of need, when they need you the most, when they are putting their faith in you and calling upon you to do the right thing and help them. That is why people do not trust the cops. That's why people are marching. That's why cops aren't getting any fucking... They're getting all this so much flack over every basic little thing. But whenever you're given a chance to prove the haters wrong, to prove all of your critics wrong, you don't do a goddamn thing. You want shit to change. You want cops to be treated fairly. Have them do the right thing. I don't give a fuck if it's a part of their job or not. You're supposed to protect and serve the Commonwealth and the health and betterment of the people. And when you choose to do the opposite of that, you do not deserve a badge. So Boonville Police Department, Boonville, Indiana Police Department, do better. I don't know who that officer was. I don't know anything about the officer. Many people in that area might know him as a decent cop. Many people might know him as a decent husband, father, whatever. The only thing I can judge him on is what I've seen. And you left 2 cripples stranded 70 miles away from home with no resources. And the only thing you said is, sorry, I cannot help. As a officer of the law, protect and serve. Sorry, I cannot help. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for putting my faith in a cop. I'm sorry for putting my faith in the officer of the law. I'm sorry for putting my life in the hands of somebody who didn't give a shit and only cared about what they had going on outside of their job than what they did about holding down the oath that they swore to uphold. He chose not to uphold his oath because he was off duty. I didn't think the protect and serve and the defense of the Commonwealth left as soon as the badge left your chest. If that's the case, none of y'all deserve to be working in the police force, and y'all deserve to be fired. You don't like what I have to say? That's fine. I don't give a shit. Shit needs to change, and shit is not going to change when you have officers of the law choosing not to help citizens in their time of need. I was wanting to make a whole other video. I was wanting to show everybody, hey mate, not all cops are bad. I finally had a good instance. I had a good encounter where he helped us, he did everything he could, and we are safe. No, he put our lives in danger, he did not help us, he didn't do a goddamn thing, and he doesn't deserve to wear that pin on his chest. Boonville Police Department, do better and expect better out of your officers, because at this rate, no one's going to respect cops. No one respects cops hardly anymore, and I understand why. And they do not deserve it. If that is exactly what they do on or off duty, I don't give a fuck. If that is what they do, they're worthless. And if they defend for other officers doing such a thing, then they're just as bad.